Lesson 7 for February 8 through 14, From the Lion's Den to the Angel's Den, read by Dr. Percy Harrold. Monday, February 10, The Plot Against Daniel. Question. Read Daniel chapter 6, verses 6 to 9. What is the thinking behind this decree? How does it play on the king's vanity? Daniel 6, beginning at verse 6. So these governors and satraps thronged before the king, and said thus to him, King Darius, live forever. All the governors of the kingdom, the administrators, the satraps, the counsellors and advisers, have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree, that whoever petitions any god or man for 30 days, except you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, so that it cannot be changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which does not alter. Therefore King Darius signed the written decree. Darius may appear silly in promulgating a decree that he soon wishes to repeal. He falls into the trap laid by the officers, who are smart enough to play with the political circumstances of the recently established kingdom. Darius has decentralized the government and established 120 satraps in order to make the administration more efficient. However, such action entails some risks in the long run. An influential governor can easily foster a rebellion and split the kingdom. Thus, a law forcing everyone to petition only to the king for 30 days seems a good strategy to foster allegiance to the king and thus prevent any kind of sedition. But the officers mislead the king by claiming that such a proposal has the support of all the governors, administrators, satraps, counsellors, and advisers, an obvious inaccuracy, since Daniel is not included. In addition, the prospect of being treated as a god may have been appealing to the king. There is no evidence that Persian kings ever claimed divine status. Nevertheless, the decree may have been intended to make the king the sole representative of the gods for 30 days. That is, prayers to the gods have to be offered through him. Unfortunately, the king does not investigate the motivations behind the proposal. Thus he fails to perceive that the law that would allegedly prevent conspiracy was itself a conspiracy to hurt Daniel. Two aspects of this law deserve attention. First, the penalty for transgression is to be cast into the lion's den. Since this kind of punishment is not attested elsewhere, it may have been an ad hoc suggestion of Daniel's enemies. Ancient Near Eastern monarchs placed lions in cages in order to release them on certain occasions for hunting. So there was no shortage of lions to maul whoever dared to violate the king's decree. Second, the decree cannot be changed. The unchangeable nature of the law of the Medes and Persians also is mentioned in Esther chapter 1 verse 19, which reads, If it pleases the king, let a royal decree go out from him, and let it be recorded in the laws of the Persians and the Medes, so that it will not be altered, that Vashti shall come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal position to another who is better than she. And in Esther 8 verse 8, You yourselves write a decree concerning the Jews, as you please, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's signet ring. For whatever is written in the king's name and sealed with the king's signet ring, no one can revoke. Diodorus Siculus, an ancient Greek historian, mentioned an occasion when Darius III, not to be confused with the Darius mentioned in Daniel, changed his mind, but could no longer repeal a death sentence he had passed on an innocent man. This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind and Hearing Impaired, Christian Record Services for the Blind, the Sabbath School Department, and Hope Channel. You can also listen on the official Sabbath School 4 app and the Apple iTunes app, Sabbath School with Percy Harrold. Remember, God is always faithful.